Our planet perpetually transforms, though as humans, we may not always perceive its ceaseless flux. Fortunately, NASA has meticulously captured Earth's geographical shifts from outer space for decades, revealing myriad unexpected changes. Let's delve into 15 of the most striking alterations to our world, as documented by NASA. Number 15. Muir Glacier Melt, Alaska. These images of the Muir Glacier Melt show drastic differences in the amount of ice at one of Alaska's most famous glaciers. The first image is thought to be from between 1920 and 1940. At first, the images appeared to be the results of global warming, but it must be said that the first image could have been taken at any time between winter and early summer, a time period that would have been much colder than the second image, which was taken in the summer of 2005. Here's a more accurate picture of the situation, which is actually quite shocking. They were both taken in August, the first in 1941 and the second in 2004. Number 14. Post-Hurricane Irma. Hurricane Irma proved devastating for the British Virgin Islands in 2017. The damage to the islands is thought to be valued at more than $3.4 billion. While images from the destruction on the ground are shocking, NASA's aerial images of the impact of the storm are also unbelievable. The images were taken in August and September of 2017, just 2 weeks apart. As you can see, the island turned from a lush green to a dirty brown. Vegetation was uprooted and debris was scattered across the island. Another example of hurricane damage is found in these before and after images of Florida's Everglades taken in March and December of 2017. The damage to the Everglades came from Hurricanes Irma and Maria. As you can see, trees and brush have been stripped of their foliage and the area appears barren. Number 13. Urban sprawl growth in Shanghai, China. This is one of the modern world's most dramatic examples of urban expansion. Shanghai is one of China's most prosperous economic hubs, as China's economy has grown rapidly over the past few decades. So is the population of Shanghai. The population increased by around 12 million people. In these two images, which were taken in 1984 and 2016, the urban sprawl of the city has pushed inwards and upwards, creating some of the most iconic images of urban growth on Earth. Number 12. California's wildflower superbloom. If you're a fan of flowers, this next image will amaze you. After years of drought through much of California, heavy rainfall during the winters of 2016 and 2017 provided the perfect conditions for a wildflower superbloom. Captured in these images is the difference between drought-stricken California and a vegetation-filled California of the same location. The first image was taken in March of 2016. The second is a year later at the same time. As you can see, the slope of the Sierra Madre mountain range is covered with beautiful green and yellow flowers. What a sight! Number 11. Oil well fire in Iraq. While most oil wells operate without any negative incidences, there's always the chance that something could happen if a leak or fire can't be stopped. And this aerial image of Iraq, we see the before and after images of an oil well fire. The first, taken in June of 2014, shows how inconspicuous an oil well appears when there are no problems. The second image, taken in September of 2017, shows a large oil fire covering the area in thick smoke and soup. On the left-hand side of the image, you can even see oil spilling down the valley. The spill is around 11 kilometers long. Number 10. Shelly Island forms. If you're like most people, you've probably dreamed of owning a private island one day. Fortunately for you, there's now one more on Earth to choose from. A new island has appeared off the end of Cape Hatteras in North Carolina. The two images are from November of 2016 and July of 2017. The large shoal, also known as Shelly Island, seems to be the result of a buildup of sediment and potentially lower water levels. Number 9. Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. The environment is remarkable at recovering after natural disasters. In these images, you can see the regrowth of vegetation 26 years after Mount Pinatubo's eruption. The first image was taken in 1992 and the second in 2017. The eruption had left the region with a lack of greenery a quarter of a century later. The same location is covered in plants and other vegetation. Hopefully, the volcano stays dormant for as long as possible. Number 8. Peruvian Amazon deforestation. While you may think these large images of deforestation are from industrial logging operations, this deforestation in the Peruvian Amazon is mostly the result of smaller agricultural projects. The first image is from 1986, and the second is from exactly 30 years later. Another interesting phenomenon captured in these images is a change in the shape of the Iasa River. As you can see, the curves in the river shifts significantly over the 25-year period. This process is called meandering, and it results from sediment and vegetation being eroded due to the current of the river. You might not realize it, but many river shapes are constantly evolving like this. Number 7. Wadi as certain agricultural growth. You might think farming in the desert is impossible, but don't tell that to Saudi Arabia. The images here were taken in 1986 and 2016, 30 years apart. The Saudi Arabian government successfully transformed their Wadi as Sirhan Basin into an extremely productive agricultural hub. The massive project required engineering works that accessed water lying under the sands of the desert. What's even more interesting about this image is the shape of the crops. You can see their circular appearance, which is a result of sprinkler systems that operate in a circular motion. It's the most effective way for local farmers to water their crops. Number 6. Drastic flooding in Sri Lanka. These two images provided by NASA of the May 2017 Sri Lankan monsoon were taken 4 months apart, but the rain that caused the flooding happened in just 48 hours. As you can see, heavy rain created astronomical flooding throughout the southern part of Sri Lanka. Over 600,000 people were impacted by the floods, and hundreds are thought to have died. Number 5. Destruction of Ofokomu forest. Human destruction of African forests has been a concern for many residents of the continent. These images of Nigeria's Oko forest were taken in 1984 and 2017, 33 years apart. Significant vegetation appears to have disappeared, and it's thought to primarily be a result of the rubber tree and oil palm plantation expansion. In the mid-80s, the Nigerian government opened a wildlife reserve that would later become the Ofokomu Moon National Park. As you can see in the second image of the region, this national park is done well to avoid encroachment from surrounding plantations. Number 4. Shrinking Aral Sea. The images taken between 2014 show the result of Russia diverting water from the Aral Sea's water sources in order to promote agriculture, and Kazakhstan and other local regions without water from rivers that traditionally supplied this large lake with hydration. The sea began to dry up, but not all of this can be attributed to Russian interference. Conditions in 2014 became extremely dry and resulted in much of the sea's shrinkage. While the body is called the Aral Sea, it is in truth an extremely large lake. Number 3. The construction of artificial islands. Oil wealth in the Gulf provides plenty of capital for governments to take on massive industrial projects. One of the most recognizable of these projects is the construction of artificial islands off the coast of the UAE. The islands contain housing, hotels, and a range of other amenities. Construction began in 2001, and the images shown provide a picture of pre-construction in 2001, as well as the island construction as of 2012. But it isn't just the coastline that is experiencing growth. Dubai has grown rapidly over the past few decades. The two images shown here are only 13 years apart. Dubai has managed to turn itself into one of the world's most impressive global cities in just a matter of years. Number 2. Greenland ice melting. While many images of climate change can be misleading, it's hard not to ask questions. When you see these next images of Greenland's ice cover, the two images were taken within just 2 years apart the same time of year, in June of 2014 and June of 2016. As you can see, The latter image exhibits large amounts of melt-off that have formed small bodies of water and streams. Unfortunately, melted water attracts more heat and ice, which can cause the melting effect to increase in speed. Number 1. Post-volcanic eruption appears in the Red Sea. The concept of underwater volcano seems odd, but there are plenty scattered across the globe, and these two images faced between 2007 and 2011. We see the emergence of a new island in the Red Sea near Yemen. As you can see, the smoke billowing from the source of the new island indicates an underwater volcanic eruption. Local reports indicated that lava spewed almost 100 feet into the air while the volcano was initially erupting. This lava eventually hardened and caused the island structure you can see in the image. So, which images shocked you the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As you can see, it doesn't take long for dramatic changes to occur on the Earth's surface. Check back in a few years and I'll reveal some more amazing examples. Thanks for watching.